Hey, out there in sports land, and this is Big J's National Media uh, Sports Group. And today we're going to have a podcast, and the name of the podcast, so you'll know for the future, is all sports related. And today we're going to jump on some news. Um, but first, I want to let you know that Compass Timepieces, a luxury watch, American-born, Swiss-made. Uh, You can go to the website compasstimepieces.com and look at all the watches that are on there. Matter of fact, they just became the top number one out of the five top black-owned high-end watch timepiece or watch companies, whatever you want to call it, tomato, uh, in the country. So basically, again, that's Compass Timepieces. They're our sponsor today for this first half of this episode. And, I'm basically, let's talk a little baseball. The Pirates, and I'm a big Pirates fan, but also I like the Royals. But I'm going to be covering the Major League also. But most teams, pitchers report to their respective training camps tomorrow. The Pirates are going to Bradenton. They've been practicing down there for years. Uh, and the Royals will be in the Cactus League. So you have the Grapefruit League and the Cactus League, and the Royals, their pitchers will report. And then on the 17th, um, it's full team workouts for the majority of baseball organizations around the Major League Baseball. So the Royals and the Pirates will start then. Um, I just have an affinity for the Royals and the Pirates, basically because of small markets and things of that nature. And Pittsburgh has a really good pitcher. His name is Paul Skeen. He's probably the best young pitcher in the league. Some say he's the best pitcher in the league, and he had a tremendous first season last year. They brought him up during the middle, and I think it was in the summertime, and he made the All Star team and everything. He played an All Star game. He was the starting pitcher in the All Star game. So that guy is pretty good. And then the Royals, they have Witt. He's a good player too. And I'll probably, since I'm down here in Kansas City, I'll definitely check out some Royals games. Um, but yeah, baseball starts, like I said, tomorrow. Pitchers need to report to their respective clubs and for their workouts. And on the 17th, the majority of other teams, such as the Royals and the Pirates, the rest of their team will report on the 17th. You know, but moving on, uh, let's talk about the Super Bowl, man. Uh, let's talk about that. So I'm gonna be honest with you. Uh, it's been a couple days. Uh, I'm 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 not shocked that the Eagles won the game. I'm just shocked at the score. Um, they dominated that game, and they looked like you know I don't want to say the '85 Bears, but it kind of looked like the year that the one year when in that college national championship, Georgia versus I want to say Texas Tech, and they just blew them out. I mean, and that's what it looked like. Holmes couldn't do anything. Um, if you look at his numbers, though, it looks like he had a good game, but he threw some picks. He was sacked 6 times. He's definitely not used to that. He was patting his feet, trying to get away. His offensive line just did not do him any justice. It made it hard for him to deal with that defensive line, and it made it easier for the defensive backs. The rookie, um, what's his name, Dijon, the rookie, on his birthday, he takes a pick six to the house, takes an interception to the house, and then he threw three. He threw two other interceptions too. But the Super Bowl champion, the Eagles, man, that defensive front, Jalen Carter and the other guys, they played really well. Um, Jalen Rose ran for Jalen Rose, Jalen Hurt ran for basically 72 yards. He threw for 200 and some odd yards. And and they they held Saquon to 57. That was by design. They figured, Jalen's gonna have to beat us, and he did. He did. He had a great game. So the Eagles, they stopped that dynasty talk, and so basically, the Philadelphia Eagles are the Super Bowl champs this year. You know, as far as Dejan Dejan Cooper, that's his Cooper DeJean, that's his name. I'm sorry, the rookie D back. He took one back to us for a six on his birthday. And then Worthy didn't play bad. He was basically their only bright spot, but he dropped some balls too. Their receivers, and then they held Kelsey in check. The Eagles just did a tremendous job on defense. And in offense, they capitalized when they needed to. And then you look at that score, it looks like it was closer. And no, it wasn't. It wasn't close at all. Um, it was one of those games where, I talked to some people, they thought about turning the game off. And especially after they came out, stopped the Chiefs, and then threw that big deep pass to Devontae Smith from for the for the juggler. They went for the juggler, man, right away. Everybody thought they were going to run the ball, go in the 4 minute. Nope, they they put it up there, touchdown, first play. You know, so but the Super Bowl's over, um, and now free agency will start, and we'll have a lot more information on that. And there's a lot more free agents um, out there that can help a lot of teams like Bolton. I'm pretty sure I would love to see him in a Pittsburgh uniform. Uh, would love to see him in a Pittsburgh uniform and see how they handle it. There's some Russell Wilson news and Justin Fields news. So Russell is just about gone out of Pittsburgh. I'll be shocked if they resign him. They're saying his camp is saying basically he's asking close to what 30-something million a year. I just can't see Pittsburgh paying him that much. Um, and they can get Justin Fields a little cheaper. And I think that's the way they need to go too. He's younger, and people are like, well, Russell's the type of quarterback that can, he had a bad season. Then they had that report coming out that him and the OC Arthur Smith uh, wouldn't allow Russell to change plays and things of that nature. And they said no way, no how is that true. They think that's just Russell's camp trying to explain away his his finish to the year, the bad year that he had at the end of the year. So, but Justin Fields, man, I don't think we should let him get out the house. We need to keep him in Pittsburgh. So I hope they deal with him and sign him to something. And then the other thing is Debo Samuels. Debo Samuels has requested a trade. That's being reported. Uh, Tom Palacero, uh, Rappaport, um, they're all reporting. The insiders are all reporting that he's asked for a trade. He sat down with the GM and also the head coach, Shanahan and Lynch, and he requested a trade at his end of the season meeting. And they asked him where he would like to go, and he said the first number one team that he would want to play for is the Pittsburgh Steelers. You know, so I don't know. I mean, his numbers went down, but he still. I mean, I think he can still help. He can still help, but I think Pittsburgh will still have to draft the receiver. But definitely, if we sign Debo Samuels, that would be something big, and because I think they'll draft a receiver, they'll definitely get a defensive lineman. They were said they were enamored with a lot of defensive linemen at the Reese Cup Senior Bowls and the practices, and then you never know what else the scouting report department is looking at. But they said definitely Pittsburgh is not, as of late, the last couple of seasons, Pittsburgh has not been trying to hide what they're going after. Um, what they're going after. So basically, um, they said that the past years, to lately, they've been going down to the Reese Cup Senior Bowl and they're paying attention to that position, and then they're coming away by drafting that position in April when the draft takes place. So we'll see. But they still can get a defensive lineman in free agency. But I think they're looking at Hargraves. who used to play for Steelers. Pittsburgh drafted him. He played here a couple years, then he went to Philly. Had really good seasons in Philadelphia. Then he went to the Niners, and now he's a free agent again. So, um, and he still has it. He still pushes the pocket and does well. But so if they're going to go get a free agent, he's going to ask for some money. But yeah, he can come in and you still draft you a defensive lineman. And then they need to get a guard, whether it's through free agency or through the draft. I think they should probably go after get a guard in the draft, and and also maybe see what's out there free agent wise. You know, guards don't demand a lot of money, but there are some really good NFL guards, offensive guards in the league that can come in immediately and help that young offensive line. Um, so I think that's something that we'll need to look at. You know, but NBA news, NBA news. So LaMelo Ball uh, re-injured his ankle. So who knows, man? I mean, it's been tough for him ever since he's been in the league. You uh, so I mean, it's one of those things. That's something to monitor. You know, I don't think he's played a full season yet, so we'll see. Um, DeMar Rosen scored 42 last night. Step back, step through, short corner jump shot to win the game, man. And he had like 42 points. He's a good player. I don't know why. And his services have been, you know, garnered by teams that are in the hunt. Not saying that he's not happy with where he's at. Maybe he is, maybe he's not. Um, but I can definitely see him somewhere where they're fighting for a championship. You know, because he would definitely help. He would definitely help. He can score. He's athletic. He can guard. Uh, and he puts up numbers. He would definitely help someone, like Phoenix, uh, maybe in the Eastern Conference, New York, things of that nature. So, you need to look at that with him. And then you got the young man that took. He had a big time play last night. I can't pronounce his name. He's a Frenchman. Let me see. Bilal, last name uh, Calablaya. Not sure. He took it was big news because of what he did to Wimby last night. Uh, I mean, he just rose on that guy. So those are highlights that are all over the place. I need to check them out. Bleacher Report X or whatever, ESPN. But this kid, man, he got some bounce. So, and he had a good game too. He's not just a leaper, but he had a good game. So, but he's making a name for himself, and he's playing well. In that highlight last night that he had against Wemby, that just took the cake. You know, as far as as far as Worthy, you have Worthy, you have Josh Sweat, you you have several you have several guys, and I'm going back to the Super Bowl right now. You have several guys who basically, um, I think Worthy, he'll be fine. He's probably going to be there. They need to draft the Chiefs need to draft some offensive line help, but Worthy and maybe another guy because I don't think Juju and them are going to be around. Sweat is talking crazy. I mean, usually when you win a game, man, like the Super Bowl, you don't have much to say. But he's making it known that he thinks the he should have been the MVP of the Super Bowl. You know, yeah, I don't think that's good stuff. You know, but hey, it is what it is. You know, but basically, what I want to talk about too is our new all sports related. So on Monday, on Monday, I'll have a guest, a former high school star, uh, in the Pittsburgh area, state of Pennsylvania, back in the early '80s, um, by the name of. I'll let you figure that one out. Those who watching, but he had a really good high school career. He was pretty dominant. I played against him, and he definitely he definitely could play. He was recruited by UNLV, West Virginia, and schools like that. He ended up going to Mount San Antonio Junior College in California, and he basically could have went to Vegas, and he'll tell more about that on Monday. His journey and his recruiting process and things of that nature, and that'll be on Monday. Then on Tuesday, uh, I'll have a coach of 30 years, coach Division One level, um, coached in the NCAA tournament, uh, and very well known, especially in the eastern part of the country. Uh, a really big time coach, good recruiter, but a very good motivator and X and O guy. And we'll have him on Tuesday, and we'll have more guests like that too on our all sports related podcasts. So I just wanted to get that started today, and and talk to you about um, more than just football. You know, but I just wanted to get on here and share that information. Again, like I said, it's all sports related. It's the name of the podcast, and then it'll air Monday, uh, and then we'll have the first few weeks we'll probably do 2 to 3 a week, and then I'll scale it back. But I plan to interview several people who are involved in sports, current or in the past, whether they're from Kansas City, from Pittsburgh, California, it doesn't even matter. I have a lot of connections out there, guys I played with in college. I'm gonna get them on the horn and talk to them too. So I think you'll enjoy that. I think you'll enjoy it. And we're going to do a little high school segment also, and we'll do some rankings for college football. So, but that won't be until later. But we'll be paying attention to free agency, the combine, which comes up pretty quick here. Um, Definitely getting ready for the draft, and then the free agency and the draft, and see who's out there, who the big free agents are, and who's being drafted, as who's actually being guarded by certain teams, um, and things of that nature. We're going to talk about it all, and then also we'll definitely get ready for the draft. As far as, because I'll do a podcast for that too. You know, actually on draft day, at least the first round. So I want you to look forward to it. We'll get better at this, and I'm glad to share it with you. And at this time, uh, I'm going to give a shout out another sponsor of mine to help me finish up this fourth quarter. They sponsored the fourth quarter. That's People of Color Beauty Nail Polish. Uh, Basically, you can go to peopleofcolorbeauty.com and see all their different nail polishes, and you can order. And that product is on Amazon and then several stores in the California area. And if you live in Kansas City or Pittsburgh or places like that, you can definitely go online and order the product. This young lady is amazing. Uh, Her entrepreneurship, she stuck with it, and she popped. And she's got an award from Oprah. She's been on Good Morning America 3. Uh, so she's doing really well. She's doing really well. So thank you again for my two sponsors to sponsor this episode. I appreciate y'all. And thank you, Big J's National Sports Media Group. Thank you.